Hi, this is Miss Fazone, and this is objective number 11, graphing polynomials in factored form. Sorry it started, the video stopped for whatever reason. Alright, so the first thing you do is you take your polynomial and you set each of the terms that are factored equal to 0. We do this to find the roots. So I did that already, and there are 3 roots for this equation: 0, 3/4, and -3. So now I'm going to plot those. I'm going to draw my own axes. Okay. You can use a ruler, make it as nice as you want. I'm not super intense about it. So 0, -3, and 4. So I need to go to -3. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1. So -3, 0, and 3/4 is about here. Okay. Now the rule to find your points of extrema, that's the next thing we want to find, is our points of extrema, is they are always halfway between the roots. So we need to find the midpoint. So this is challenging for some students, but by now you should get good at it. All right, so I want to know what's halfway between 0, and -3. Well, that's 1, 2, 3 units. 3 divided by 2 is a half, or 0.5. Okay? 1.5. Just kidding. All right, so now what is 1.5 away from 0 and 1.5 away from -3? -1.5. So we get -1.5, comma, and now I'm going to have to find the y value. The other one's a little trickier. We have 3/4 and 0. So this distance is 3/4. What's half of 3/4? Well, that's 3/8. All right, so 3/8. Okay. Now I want to find the y values that go along with those 2 points. So I'm going to use a calculator to do that. Let me grab my calculator really quick. Okay, awesome. So let's see. Can you see this? All right. I'm going to zoom in a little so you can see. So, okay. I'm going to plug -1.5 into that equation. Okay. So I'm going to hit -1.5. That's x times 4 times -1.5 minus 3, close that parentheses, times -1.5 plus 3. I hit enter, and I get 20.25. So this is 20.25. I'm going to do the same thing with 3/8. Okay. Now 3/8, you got to put, I'm going to put parentheses around the 3/8 every time. So parentheses 3/8, that's my x, parentheses 4, parentheses 3/8 minus 3, close that parentheses, open the parentheses, parentheses 3/8 plus 3. -1.9. I'll put -1.9. Okay. So those are my points of extrema. The next thing I want to know, now that I have that, is my end behavior. Okay. My end behavior is what's happening as x gets really big and really small. So as x goes to infinity and x goes to -infinity, what's happening to this graph? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the x's. I have x, I have 4x, and I have x again. So take all the x's and I'm going to multiply them together. So I have x, I have 4x, and I have x again. So that's 4x to the third. So I'm going to write 4x to the third up here. As x goes to infinity, oops, apparently it'd be helpful if you could see. As x goes to infinity, what's happening to the y value? So the idea here is the x value gets really, really, really big. So again, let me grab the calculator for some of you who are having trouble with this. 4x to the third. So 4 something to the third. Now I want to plug something into my something. Plug in 1,000,000, or I don't know, I don't know if that's even a million. That's 100,000. So if I plug that in, is my answer positive or negative? 4 times 10 to the 15th. That's a really big positive number. So when you plug a positive number into this, you get a positive number. So y is infinity. Now do the same thing, but x is going to be negative infinity this time. So I'm going to hit second enter, but I'm going to replace this with, I'm going to insert a negative. All right, what happens this time? See how it's negative 4 this time? So my answer, when I plug in a really big negative number, I get a really big negative number. Okay? So my y is going to negative infinity. This is helpful for graphing. So when I graph, as x gets big, my y is getting big. As x gets small, it's going to the negative side, my y gets small. Okay? Now, polynomials are always symmetric, so it's good to know what's happening at the ends, and then I'm just going to draw my nice smooth curve. Now I have a max and a min. I found my max, I found my min. We did that already. What was the maximum? Negative 1.5, 20.25. So I'm going to write that right here. Negative 1.5, 20.25. Right? And to find the min, 3/8, negative 1.9. This point was 3/8, negative 1.9. Okay? So we're almost done. We found the roots, we graphed it, we found the extrema. The last thing is increasing and decreasing. Okay? So let me write that down here. Increasing and decreasing. All right, so increasing. Where is this thing going up? I like to highlight it. I think it's helpful. So it's going up. Remember, it's left to right, just like we read. It starts low, and it's going up, up, up,